Hello my dear student friends, welcome to my YouTube channel KK's Maths Academy. I hope all are doing well. I guess all of you are watching my videos. If not, please watch it and subscribe my YouTube channel KK's Maths Academy. If you have any doubts, mail me. My mail ID is in description. Majority of students asked about the topic, a difficult topic they may feel. Majority of students community asked about this topic, this chapter particularly. Many requests from students. So that's why today this video completely linked with the complex numbers chapter. It is a hybrid chapter, link with algebra, link with coordinate geometry, and link with calculus in vectors and also in trigonometry. Don't worry about trigonometry. I think in my previous videos, basics of trigonometric ratios covered and tips and tricks in trigonometry, like in 2 parts it is covered. That will be simultaneously, it will be covered. My dear beloved student, don't worry about that. Tips and tricks in trigonometry, that also I am going to cover simultaneously. That trigonometry tips and tricks. This is a separate continuation of tips and tricks. Also, I am going to make many more videos up to transformations. First unit tips and tricks in trigonometry. But today I am going to teach complex numbers chapter. The students feel difficult, but it is not that much difficult. Try to catch this chapter from low level to high level. Means you know very well subject is like why it is extending from low to high. Low to high. Here low means core concepts, basics. High means our supreme advanced examinations. Advanced exam. JEE advanced exam. Basic level. Lower level to the top level. Supreme level. Okay. Here I am going to teach from basic level to high level. Only your attention required, your concentration required. Don't deviate from the video. Okay. You know very well in lower classes, a number system, N, W, Z, Q, R, C. What is the meaning of, what is the notation of N? Natural number, W, whole number, Z, integer, Q, rational number, R, real number, and C is our supreme number, is a complex number. I think that is the order, that is the flow of number 3, flow of the number system order. Coming to our discussion, coming to our video topic, coming to our today discussion, complex number. Now I am going to introduce the definition of complex number. Very simple it is. Mixing real and imaginary. Mixing real and imaginary. Mixing real and imaginary is called a complex number. What is the meaning of imaginary? Not known. Imaginary. Imaginary means imagination. Not known. Not real. It is not real. Seems to be imaginary. Nothing a new word. Imaginary means it is not real. Real means we can see with the naked eye. We can see with the naked eye it is real. If not real means it is imaginary. But there is a special symbol throughout this chapter. The symbol is the letter, not symbol, better to call a letter. I is called iota. Not positive, not negative, not zero. It is not in real system. Only in imaginary system it has a role played by I in this chapter very important. Iota, not positive, not negative, not zero. A special symbol is called iota, imaginary unit, and also Euler or Euler unit. Another way of definition of complex number, concentration required. Here, in x plus iy, an expression of the form x plus iy is called complex number. An expression of the form, a format, a picture, a representation like this also seems to be a different form, a special form, rectangular, Cartesian form. It is the Cartesian form of complex number, another way. But here, not for the form, basic expression of this form is called complex number. Here, xy are real, and I is a connection with the real and imaginary. It is imaginary unit as root minus 1. My dear student, your attention required. Here xy are real, I is imaginary unit. Now this format is called complex number. Now coming to the forms of complex numbers. Now I want to introduce different forms of complex numbers. Okay. As a teacher, for convenient to the student's point of view, I divide the forms of complex numbers into separate forms, like one by one, right? Concentrate. It is a purely real, imaginary, and purely imaginary. This is purely y, imaginary. Rectangular, Cartesian. Already explained in definition itself. Rectangular, Cartesian form. It is purely imaginary form. It is imaginary form. Only imaginary. It is purely imaginary. It is purely real. Next. Ordered pair form. Ordered pair form. Next one. Cis form. Cis form. Exponent or Euler's form, whatever it may be you call. Exponent or Euler's or either Euler or Euler, you may call the name, maybe whatever it may be the name. Exponent form or Euler's form, Euler's form. Mod amplitude form or trigonometric form or polar form. There are many words given by different authors invented. Here, modulus amplitude form. Modulus amplitude form. Next, a very good form, vector form. A complex number can be represented as a vector. Very important form this is, vector form, because complex number can be used in vector notation, in two-dimensional plane, and in ordinary plane, in orgone plane, like a doublet, like a point. Okay, so concentrate here. The usage of complex number, that's why in all branches it occurs. So next, last but not least, very good form, it is called logarithmic form. Logarithmic form. Like this, for convenience of, for understanding to the students community, I divide the form of complex number into various like classification like this. Purely real form. In x plus iy form, that is the definition of, I introduced already a number, mixing real and imaginary. Here x is called real part, y is called imaginary part, I is iota, mixing is called complex form. Purely real means imaginary part 0, means y 0, it is purely real. And imaginary form means y should not be 0. Y not equal to 0, it is imaginary. Purely imaginary means x 0, real part 0. Rectangular Cartesian form, ordered pair form, Swiss form, exponent form, Euler's exponent or Euler's, trig form or polar form, or mod amplitude form, vector form, and logarithmic form. All forms in detail discussion, don't worry about that. There are various ways of complex numbers, utilization of complex numbers in various ways. Various ways means complex number in cube root of unity, complex number, that is a way, wave 1, a path 1, path 2, path 3, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, or approach 1, approach 2, whatever it may be you call the name. The way is maybe any fashion, but it will be important chapter. There are many hybrid questions in complex numbers. For advanced examination point of view, it is important. For mains point of view, it is important. Complex number in Coney method, complex number in nth root of unity, complex number in complex equation, complex number in fourth root of unity, complex number in expansions, complex number in geometrical approach, complex number in logarithmic approach, complex number in circular function linked with hyperbolic connection. There are various likes. Complex number in locus way. Very good important chapter in video, simple introduction today I covered. If you like my teaching, and subscribe my YouTube channel KK's Maths Academy.